Hey everybody, Spectacular, the Silver Stacular. How you liking these new prices? So I went to a local coin show, got some silver. Believe it or not, this is actually just under $1,000 worth of silver. I just remember, I felt like, just months ago, and realistically it was, $1,000 would have almost filled up this bag. But here we are today with different pricing, and shoot, by the time this video comes out, this bag could have looked different depending on the day I went to the local coin show. But this is the day that I particularly went. And actually I came back, I think I came back with enough that I could have bought, well, basically dinner for myself, not the whole family, but just for myself. So just under 1,000. And I got some okay things. I was actually expecting more. I will say that if I was running a coin show, if I was the head, I would be like telling my peoples, my tables that came in, like, listen, silver's way up. You guys have got your wins here and there. Time to, promote the shows and try to get people back for the next show and the next show and next show. Try to get some good deals out there. The deals were few and far between. People really wanted like, $5, $6, $7, $8 for generic silver over spot in some cases. Once in a while, I could go to a table and find stuff for a couple dollars over spot. I found one under spot deal, and I'll show you that here in this video. I want to say that I try to support local, but sometimes local doesn't support me, so that's why I branch out so much in this video. Stuff is falling, chaos is happening. Let's talk about what I got in this video. Okay, so I got this square Trump train. This is actually just a 1 ounce piece, surprisingly. These sell incredibly well. If you ever get these and you try to sell peer-to-peer, or if you're just like, hey, I want something that's collectible that's maybe worth something down the line. These right here, ask me why. Dude, they're just so popular. People want these things like crazy. So I was happy to find one of those. Another thing that's, this was actually a decent price, 55. Another table had the same exact Libertads, 85s, which is a, common-ish date Libertad. And they wanted to have, I think it was 68 per on these things. And I'm thinking like, man, like, where's the deals? Where's the deals, ladies and gentlemen? But happy to find Libertads. These are a lot of fun right here. And this is the Johnson Matthey rounds, and these are kind of the different freedoms that we have, like within the Bill of Rights. So you can see freedom of the press, which I don't know that I love that particular freedom, to be honest with you. I think the freedom of the press is, a double-edged sword. This is kind of cool, although it has spots on there. Stagecoach silver, those are pretty popular. A little spotty, it is what it is. I'm actually dropping silver right now, which is what I typically do. I drop silver. And what I get, an 82 Prospector, so a nice Engelhard piece. These right here, these little half ouncers, these are a little Canadian. This one toned up really nice on one side, so that's kind of cool. So little half ounce pieces, which are always great to get if you can get them at a decent deal. And they weren't any more expensive than the regular 1 ounce rounds were, so that's that. That case right there means nothing to me, so there we go. I see comments saying like, hey, support local, because they don't like my Costco videos or whatever, where I get super good deals at Costco and I actually get silver for under spot, get cash back, etc., and gold too, by the way. But I try to support local as much as I can, and I think that throughout my entirety on this channel, people that know me have seen that I do support local. That being said, there's times where local doesn't seem to support you. And what do I mean by that? I mean, like, they're trying to sell you at this time, silver $2, $3 over spot, sometimes a little bit more for generic pieces, sometimes a little less. But when it comes time to sell, if you want to offload stuff right now, if you want to go ahead and cash in, your local places, their support for you is going to be 10 to 20% back from spot. That's right. That's a hit right there. So you're like, well, I want to support local, but are they supporting you? You're worried about, paying for their electric bill. But meanwhile, you're going home and you're yelling at your family, why is this light still on? We got to turn these off. Why, you pay the bills for electric? Why are we keeping all this stuff? Why are we running that thing? Think a little bit about you and your journey through this stacking and collecting coins and precious metals, and how important you are to yourself, rather than supporting local all the time. It's not bad to support local. I'm not saying anything against that, but I'm saying that find deals for you, because that is ultimately what's going to be the most important, is your stack. This is a financial thing. I can understand if you want to go to the local mom and pop place to get your groceries because you're not selling groceries back to them. But sometimes sometimes supporting local is not beneficial to your stack. These capsules obviously are trash, and they are not fitting the pieces that they are in. They're just for fun, apparently. These are probably some trash, just cheaply made capsules. These are not airtight capsules by any means. Look at this. Look at this trash. Unbelievable. What else? A couple more rounds here. These are kind of nice. I love those rounds right there, the big ones. And look at this right here. Silver trading. I just love that side, so I grabbed that. And the Southeast Refining, as you know, I showed this off before, they're just larger pieces. I haven't had a chance to go through these yet and test them. I want to make sure that you're all following that rule that I set is, you know, test all your stuff, even though it comes from, let's call it reputable sources, whether it's a coin shop, coin show, etc. You should still test your pieces. I've gotten fake stuff from every different source that exists out there, so it's definitely good to make sure you're testing your own stuff. So have I gotten fake stuff from local coin shops that are reputable? Absolutely, I have. It is what it is, you know, but if you're testing your stuff, you can't be wrong, at least on your end. So this is probably the best deal that I got from anything here was these right here, these peace dollars. It was just, you know, some nastier peace dollars. It's actually pretty nice right there. It's got some swipey marks on it right there. It's been, looks like it's not really cleaned by any means. It just looks like it's just been ran over a little bit here and there. You can see kind of the, maybe you can't, the scrapes on the fields. So it just kind of like been swiped a little bit onto something. I don't think it's been cleaned. Definitely didn't been dipped though. Definitely a dipped coin. It looks very dippy if you ask me. A little dippity doodah there. That being said, I got these for under spot. And so, you know, when prices got close to, what was it, $54 an ounce, you're talking peace dollars are close to $40 each. It's so crazy to think about a $40 peace dollar just for the spot price alone, right? No numismatic value considered. $40 each just for the spot price on a peace dollar or a Morgan dollar. So that being said, I was able to get these for under spot technically at the time that I, you know, purchased them. Who knows where this video is going to come out as far as like time wise and spot price wise. We could have a huge dip and I could have, you know, basically lost out on my monies. It is what it is, you know what I mean? I'll hold it anyways. That being said, when I did go to pay, he even gave me another $1 off of each one because I bought 5. So that was fun, right? The wheeling and dealing was happening. It was fun. It was good times at my local coin show. And so people ask like, well, I don't have any local coin shows to me. I don't know how to find them, et cetera, et cetera. I literally, when I am curious about if there's any local coin shows next to me, I literally go to Google and I type in coin show Florida, right? And you're obviously not going to put Florida if you live in like Louisiana, but you're going to put your state. And it should be, I think CoinZip is the website. It'll tell you what's coming up and if there's something local. And I just happened to, the day prior to this show, I was like, yeah, let me see what's going on this weekend. Typed it in, Google, Coin Show Florida, pressed enter, CoinZip came up, I clicked on it, and it said, hey, there's actually a show tomorrow, very, very local to you. And I'm like, you know what? Yes, let's go. Let's go see what they got. They had some other things too, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like I was just, right now with prices the way they are, I'm kind of focused on bullion. It's just kind of exciting, it's interesting. I'm just seeing what's out there. So that's what I was doing. But there's plenty of, you know, coins that were actually a good deal. There was some really good GSA slabs over there. So those were really cool and actually for a decent price. So I could have went that route too. I just really wanted to focus on bullion as of right now. But this right here, unfortunately, this little section is what about $1,000 got me this time around. It's fun to see what money is getting me what amount of silver and or gold each and every time. And it's good to document that here in this video because, you know, like I said, you know, 3 or 4 years ago, this could have been double or triple the amount for the same amount of money. But here we are in 2025, right, where the prices are just going nuts. I'd imagine that sometime soon we're going to see some kind of pullback. In fact, actually the day before that coin show, there was a pullback. So I think that we're still, you know, and again, this video is going to come out whenever, but I still think more pullbacks need to happen. We're not quite correcting enough of what we've seen, both for silver and gold. But hey, time will tell. You know, the pullback doesn't have to be tomorrow, it doesn't have to be next week. It could be anytime. And so that's why I always say, you know, stack a little bit at a time as you are able to each and every month, put a little bit of money into it. And that needs to be how you stack. You don't need to be worrying about stressing out about finding all the best opportunities and the best moments possible to stack and find precious metals. Just stack when you can, little by little. And then over the long term, you're going to love what you're doing. It just seems that way. If you play that little game, you're going to be so much happier than if you just try to stress yourself out about the best particular moment to stack. I got to go for now. I appreciate you for watching. Spegtacular is out. Well, hello everybody. I seek to educate and entertain through my journey of collecting coins and stacking precious metals. I encourage you to subscribe and please stay with me on this journey. I am Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular. You know, when I was a kid, we did this every day in school, and I believe we need to bring this back a little bit, and I'm going to start right now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.